This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. See, this is the stuff that I was trying to tell you guys, man. Jermall Charlo, Lions only. That's what I'm talking about, dog. Lions only. That motherfucker at the end of the Dennis Hogan fight, who he called out? Danny Jacobs, Canelo Alvarez, and Demetrius Andrade. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Where are any one of these three guys? All you hearing is whispers. Let me say it again. All you hearing is whispers. But they say Jermall Charlo don't call nobody out. He does this after every fight because this man understands what the middleweight division is all about. He understands it's a transitional division in boxing. I don't know how many times I have to educate people out here. Get the notepads out and get to the damn scribbling. He understands the importance of the middleweight division. He understood what Bernard Hopkins did for the middleweight division. He understood what Roy Jones Jr. did for the middleweight division. And he's trying to continue to follow that same line in that same mode. But Canelo Alvarez doesn't want to do that. And it's sad because Bernard Hopkins is a minority owner of the Golden Boy Promotions. It's like he's spitting on Bernard Hopkins. He don't care. Because I already told you, when you're a fighter that uses enhancers, that uses, catch weights, when you're a fighter that sits here and takes unfair advantages, and basically strips fighters and dehydrates them, pick cherry pickers and wounded animals. Come on, man. That's what his legacy is going to be. Why do you think Canelo Alvarez is a joke in boxing? Because everybody that has deep thinking boxing skills knows the truth behind him. The only ones that don't know is either the Mexican community fan base, the Cinnamon Alvarez fanboys, or those who choose to say, let's keep it boxing. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. That's that pandering narrative nonsense. I told you guys, pandering narratives hit a ceiling. Once it hits the ceiling, guess what? It has to come down. Because guess what? Once you hit the ceiling, where else can you go? The law of gravity. Boof. Let me say it again. The law of gravity. Boof. You got to go right back down. But the truth has unlimited space for it to roam. Let me say it again. The truth has unlimited space for it to roam because guess what? The truth will always have its day. That's why the ultimate truth teller that come in truth-telling fashion, that gives you what? Cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truths like He Knows His Sport, bringing you that what? That heat and that fire, and keeping the foot on the what? On the next. And keeping the foot on the what? On the next. When you do this stuff, you stay consistent and authentic as fuck as He Knows His Sport, the information is going to ride through like Jermall Charlo. See, I was able to correlate him back in because Jermall Charlo has been consistent and authentic as fuck the whole way. Since 2013, been calling these motherfuckers out. Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. He want all that free smoke. You know why they don't want to fight Jermall Charlo? Because they know he's a great fighter. Now, there's a November 21st interview that came out. Whew. He Knows the Sport about to throw that uppercut. Let me do it again. He Knows the Sport about to throw that uppercut in for the number 3 of confirmation. He Knows the Sport about to throw that uppercut again. Jermall Charlo, Eddie Reynoso, and Canelo Alvarez in a November 21st interview. This was prior to Thanksgiving. They called Jermall Charlo a great fighter. See, this debunks the pandering narrative that Jermall Charlo is a tune-up. Let me say it again. It debunks the pandering narrative that Jermall Charlo is a tune-up for Canelo Alvarez. Because how does the trainer, Eddie Reynoso, Chepo Reynoso, his father, right, and Canelo Alvarez come out of their mouths and call Jermall Charlo a great fighter? That confirms what He Knows His Sport was saying from the jump. That Jermall Charlo is what? A athletic and explosive as fuck fighter that's hard for Canelo Alvarez. They gave Jermall Charlo his truest and his most properest respects. They said that he's a great fighter, a la Eddie Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez. Both of them said that shit. It came out of their mouths. Go check it out. Back on November 21st, 2019. The motherfucker on YouTube. He's a great fighter, and this will be a great fight for boxing. When you talk in that vernacular, that means it's a super fight. Let me say it again. When you're talking that vernacular, that means it's a super fight. That means you respect the opponent. You know the competitor you're dealing with. That's why they're not running their rabbit ass to fight Jermall Charlo anytime soon. Because they know Jermall Charlo will pose problems. He will pose fits. And his power translates from weight class to weight class. He's brought that motherfucker up from 154 to 160. He's getting motherfuckers out of there. People were sitting there saying, oh, Jermall Charlo can't knock nobody out anymore. They were trying to clown him on Brandon Adams, right? They were trying to clown him on Matt Korobov. These boxing fans don't know shit. So I'm not even going to entertain even talking about that bullshit. But what happened in the Hogan fight? When the lion went, lions only, the lion came back out, knocked out Hogan in 7. You know what they're saying? Oh, he just fought a bum. He fought Hulk Hogan. That's what ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric do. But what does He Knows the Sport do? We kick that ultra fanboy rhetoric out the damn door. I told you guys about pandering narratives. Because the truth will always have its day. Now we know why Canelo Alvarez didn't want no parts of Jermall Charlo. Because of what Eddie Reynoso said back on November 21st. That Jermall Charlo is a great fighter. How do you translate great fighter to tuna? Do the math out there. The deep thinkers, the real G's, the super real G's, and the ultimate real G's out here in these boxing streets, they got the message. Now, on to Demetrius Andrade. This is the stuff that I'm talking about with this guy. I told you, if a man calls himself Boo Boo or runs with the nickname Boo Boo, you can't take him serious. Let me say it again. If a man calls himself Boo Boo and he runs with the nickname Boo Boo, you can't take that motherfucker serious. Name me a real fight that this motherfucker have. Name me fighters that he has fought on a higher level than the fighters that Jermall Charlo has fought. How many times has Jermall Charlo been under the bright lights versus Demetrius Andrade? This is how you're going to tell who can win that fight. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. There's not a fighter in Demetrius Andrade's resume that was better than Julian Williams. And look what Jermall Charlo did to J-Rock. Jermall Charlo made J-Rock had a boxing revival. Let me say it again. Jermall Charlo made J-Rock had a boxing revival. He made him go back and get on his super fucking thing with that uppercut. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys, man. Listen, it's a very simple conclusion when these two fight, whenever that be. When Demetrius Andrade can get his rabbit ass into that ring and stop running his fucking mouth. Jermall Charlo gonna knock his ass out, man. Because Demetrius Andrade ain't got no power. He can box. He's awkward. But he ain't got no fucking power. And people need to understand, Jermall Charlo gets stronger as the fight goes on, man. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. Jermall Charlo keeps that same energy, dog. Let me say it again. He keeps that same energy. Keep calling these motherfuckers out. And every time he keep calling them out, guess what happened? They whisper. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.